Welcome to Unwritten, some stories of significance. Wow. I waited for this because this young lady is on a roll, and I won't sing because I won't take any minutes away from this woman. Deanne Rose is here to continue her story, continue her legacy with her beautiful career and her beautiful self and her beautiful spirit, always inspiring youth as well as myself. With no further ado, I welcome Deanne Rose. Hi, Deanne.
Hi, how are you?
Good, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on the show again. It's been a while.
Oh my gosh, honey, it has been a while because you've been out there, what was it now, getting a gold medal, playing, going to England. Excuse me, you've been doing a lot.
A lot of things has happened since I last talked to you.
I know, honey, you're beautiful as ever, sweetheart. You're welcome. So a lot of people know about the past shows that we did when it was Future, but now it's Unwritten, Stories of Significance. And we left off, we don't even know where we left off, but I'm going to capture right now where you are at. Okay. So the last time we met, you were, I think, going to America, to Florida for your Florida State.
For our University of Florida, yeah.
That's right. And you played for the Florida Gators.
Yes.
All right, honey. So I'm going to take it from there and then blossom it right through into Tokyo and everything else. Okay. So how was that, going to Florida State, graduating and doing your thing? How was that, hon?
So it was a really good experience. I had a great experience overall at Florida. It was definitely hard at first because this was my first time living in America and it was so far. But when I got there the first season started off well. Soccer was going well. My teammates were really inviting, which was really important to me. And then, I liked the town Gainesville. And then kind of through that, I was still doing national team stuff. So we would have national team camps. We came back to Vancouver, we went to Portugal, we went to Japan, we went to China. Like we were just traveling for that 4 years while we were in Florida. My team didn't do as well as I would have liked for us to do the last 3 years, but it was still a great experience because I learned a lot. And I feel like one of the biggest things I learned was just about myself and pursuing my dreams and just knowing that it's not always going to be a smooth ride, but just keep pushing and then it works out. And that's what happened. I just graduated this year, which I was happy to get my degree along with all the missing school and the soccer that I was doing. So that was a really big accomplishment for me.
Wow. Now, because when we met, I remember the words, and even driving to the studio when we could film in the studio, you were saying to me, you're just so focused. Like, I can't remember the words, forgive me here, but every time you spoke, you always used to say, I just believe, I just focus, I just do whatever it takes, that it wasn't any ups and downs or, even though it was there, you just always focused on it. So when you were at school, how did you keep it going, hon, playing for a university varsity team?
I think focus is a big word, especially because in college, there are so many distractions. It's so new. There's so many new people that you meet. So I think for me, it was just always coming down to what was important. I just always knew why I was there. I always knew that I had to get my degree. I was there to make friends too and learn about myself, but perform on the field, get my degree, and then just learning about myself. And that's what it was. And I think sometimes young people get confused and they think that you can't focus and enjoy yourself at the same time, or you can't focus and do things that you would want to do outside of your craft. But for me, I felt like I found a good balance between performing, getting what I had to do in the classroom, but also just doing enough to enjoy the experience.
How did you get rest, hon? Because the reason why I'm doing, because we're talking to youths now, and they're looking at an icon here. They're looking at a young woman from Allison, Ontario right now, who's in England, that's just blazing the trail, sweetheart. So how did you, it's the truth. I'm just telling it like it is. You're not talking it, you're walking it, and you're making it happen. How did you get sleep in the interim here?
Sleep, yeah. Sleep is definitely important. I would say it takes a lot of planning. I think if you just do whatever you want to do in the moment, you might end up getting to bed too late or not getting enough sleep. But yeah, I think it's just, you got to plan, be disciplined. You got to just know your social battery and when you need that rest.
I got you, hon. I got you, hon. Your social battery.
Yeah.
I like that, honey. So now, graduated, you're in England. Mm-hmm. So now you play for Reading. Mm-hmm. Hello. Yeah. How did that all happen, hon? How did that all happen?
It's crazy talking about it now because it seems like just so simple, but in the moment, like, I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot. It was stressful. It was like a big decision and everything. So, but yeah, how it happened, when I was graduating college, the first step for like a player like me, I get an agent. So he helped me to reach out to the teams that I was interested in. And I narrowed down England, playing in the UK, just because I know that it's a league that is going to make me better. I'm going to be super uncomfortable because it's across the world and I'm moving away from family, and it's just difficult all around. But I think for me, what made me decide is I've seen the trail that some of the best female players have went on, and being in this league is one of them. So I think that it's just a league that develops players. And for me, coming from Allison and having big dreams, that's just how I started. So I wanted to go somewhere where I could follow those dreams and continue that trajectory of just improving. And I thought that just changing my landscape, changing where I was, would do that for me.
Yeah, my God. When you say hard, because you're only 22, right? Mm-hmm. 22 years old, my love, my God. And you're doing, my God, like, honestly, like, you're doing so well. Like, you inspire me. It's not because you're on the show here now I'm saying that. You literally inspire me. Honest to God, you really do, because you never stop. Like, you just keep going, keep going. When you did the transition from Florida to England, when you said it was hard, can you explain that to me? Because they still have these beautiful pictures of you on Instagram, but nobody actually sees the work that you put in mentally and physically. Yeah. So how was that hard for you, hon? How?
I think the transition that I'm going through right now is the time difference, trying to adjust, not being able to connect with family when I usually would, just not having anyone over here that I like, usually you have your people in your corner. It's harder for my family to come visit, and family is really important to me. So that's a big thing. And then also just the level is a lot stronger than what I'm used to in university. So it's just maybe some of the things that you didn't have to do in university or you could do, but it weren't absolutely necessary. Like here, you're a professional. Like I'm a professional now. You have to get a good night's sleep. You have to make sure you're eating right. There's some sacrifices that you have to make that maybe in lower levels you didn't have to make. So I think those are the adjustments that I'm making now. So I was focused before, but now focus is a requirement. Like I need to be focused to succeed.
Wow, hon, my God. Who's your mentor? Who's the one that if you just feel like, Lord mercy, I'm here, but I got to keep myself grounded. Like who gets you through this?
Definitely my mom. You probably asked me this question before, and I'll have the same answer, just because of what she's done to get me to this point. Everything that has happened is because of her and the sacrifices that she made when I was growing up playing soccer, and just her guidance and her, I think, pressure and demand for me to always be better and encourage me. I think that just helps me. So like it also keeps me grounded because I know that I can always do better.
Yeah, and you have, and you continue to do it, honey. You continue to do it. So what do you like about where you are now in England? What do you like? What are the other things that you like about being there?
I like the fact that it's totally different. I like the fact that I'm the foreign one in this country. It's actually very interesting, like the accents. Yeah, it's just weird. Like people are saying that I have an accent when everyone else has an accent to me. It's just cool to be in another part, learning about another culture. And speaking of culture, it's football, soccer is immersed in the culture. So everywhere you go, everyone's talking about soccer and everyone watches soccer. It's just more popular here. So it's cool to be in an environment like that because it's not the predominant sport in North America.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right. That's so true. How about the food? What's the food like there, hon? Can you catch your good West Indian food there, or what have you been introduced to?
Yeah, fish and chips is a favorite of mine. English food that I really like. Otherwise than that, I have a Jamaican spot that I go to quite frequently, actually. So I scoped that out. My parents helped me scope that out really quick, and then so I get my little home cooked oxtail and rice and peas. And
oh my gosh, good for you, sweetheart. Good for you. What is it like playing with the girls there? What is it like? Because I hear their accent is very different.
It's a different culture. I think it's definitely more demanding. English people are more straight up. They
really
tell you, yeah. So if you're not doing well, they just tell you straight up. And it makes the standard of training higher. So I really like that. But otherwise than that, the girls are really nice. They've been super inviting, and we have a small roster. So our team's really close, but it helps because I got to know everyone pretty quickly.
Oh my gosh, honey. And I had to talk off camera in this, but you know how we are with our hair. All right. So who keeps I'm telling you, because every time I see you on Instagram, I'm like, what like her hair is always right. Like, hello, like who keeps that hair looking, as Michael would say, and D'Angelo, fresh, like neat, like who keeps it looking so well?
I found a hairdresser. That was before I got here. I was looking up online trying to find hairdressers that were near me in Reading. So
oh, that's awesome, honey. Listen, sweetheart, I don't want to delve into the other stuff because I want to leave it for the next segment. You got big things happening this weekend, and I want to touch upon your gold in Tokyo. All right, sweetheart. So we'll be right back, guys, with Deanne Rose. Thank you. Right back. Welcome back to Unwritten Stories of Significance with Olympic medalist and gold, Deanne Rose. Sweetheart, that was awesome. We could have kept going on about our hair and our food, but we had to kind of get back to why I got you on here, honey. Yeah. I just want to touch upon something. Thank you, sweetheart. I want to touch upon something before I go. What does a day look like when you, as a professional soccer player in England, football, right? What is that like? What is that like?
So not every day looks the exact same, but generally we'll get to the training ground in the morning, have a little bit of downtime, maybe like 20 to 30 minutes just with my teammates, just chilling. A lot of them drink tea. I don't really drink tea, so I'm just...
What do you drink?
I mean, I like hot chocolate. I'll have maybe an iced coffee sometimes. And then we'll either have a meeting in the morning or we do prehab. So just kind of waking our bodies up in the morning, just doing little exercises for a few minutes, mobility, stretching, rolling out, just getting ready for training. Then we'll go to train for an hour and a half to 2 hours. And then after training, we'll walk back to have lunch, and we have lunch as a team. And then we're either released to go for the day or we'll have a gym session. So we'll lift, and then that'll be about an hour, maybe a meeting in between there some days. And then I get to go home.
Wow, that's it.
Well, I mean, I say that's it, but that's like 4 o'clock by the time I'm going home.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a full day. And you do that 5 days a week or 6 days, 7 days? Like,
I mean, we'll do that 5 days a week, and then we'll have one game day. So
wow.
5 days, a day off, and then a game day.
Holy cow, hon. Wow, that's a lot of work. But hey, you know, I've seen your calves. I've seen how the way you look. You look amazing. Like, oh, you might hear this all the time, right? You hear this all the time. Yes, you must. You must.
Yeah, I do get compliments. Yeah, just on. I think, mostly when I'm like walking around or stuff, like around people that like say don't play soccer, like they'd be like, "Oh, you look like you do track, or you look like you play football."
Oh my God. Well, it's true. You're in top shape, honey, and it pays off for what you're doing, sweetheart. It really, really does.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. You're welcome. Canada's women's soccer team returned just this year on a little celebration, and the stop was Ottawa and Montreal, right? How was that like? There's a picture of you walking out there with all the banners beside you. What was that like, coming back and seeing the girls again? What was that like?
It was amazing. Honestly, it was a surreal experience. I didn't think that I could have the same type of feeling that I did in Tokyo when we actually won gold. But when I was walking out in that moment, and I heard the fans and they announced my name and I had my medal around my neck, I really like took in that moment, and it was just a really good moment of realizing what we did and the impact that we had on the country and how many people were tuning in, how many people were watching. Yeah, it was just a surreal moment to come back to Ottawa and Montreal and celebrate with those two games.
Wow. Because I remember when you wore the bronze on the show, and it's heavy, right? Like, it's heavy. Like, it looks like a piece of plastic, but it's not when you go to feel it.
Yeah, that's the same. Gold is even heavier. It's
Oh my God. And then you came home here in Allison, you did your celebration. But prior to that, just kind of backing up on the story, I'm going all over the place. But I remember when you were saying to me how it was just heavy wearing it. So you had to wear it when you came onto the field in Ottawa, correct?
Yeah.
And you were there for a while wearing it and taking pictures.
Yeah. It was heavy. Definitely.
Oh, and then you played the game, right? Which is a great game with the girls. And then you went on to Montreal, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And then it was the same type of thing. We got the same walkout, and just, I mean, it was the same type of experience. Like, it was just honestly surreal, like overwhelming in that moment. Just another moment to let it sink in, let us really realize and take in what we achieved in Tokyo.
All right, hi. Well, going back to Tokyo now, and I like to always throw this at people because this is how I do my conversations, hon. Is like when I heard the game on the radio, so I had my iPhone on, and I didn't worry about the battery on. I was listening to you, and they put you out, and I'm saying, put on Deanne. I said, put on Deanne. I kept talking to myself. And when you set it up and you kicked it, I was freaking out. Like, I was on the phone with Michael. I couldn't get a hold of D'Angelo. I don't have to. I was freaking out.
Was you talking about the penalty kick?
Oh, yes, hon. I was literally freaking out because I was helping a friend doing some stuff, and I leaned over the fence and I shouted, and the woman in the house came to the window and she knocked, and she even said it. She did it. She did it. And I don't know this woman.
That's so sweet.
Oh my God, yeah, I didn't even know her. So we now, being the fans, seeing you do your thing, and my God, how did you feel? Like, just can you reflect back to that moment? Like, my God, like, honestly, like.
Oh my gosh, yeah. 4 months out, I'm still searching for the words to try to describe that moment, just that whole, like, I don't even know how long that penalty shootout was, maybe 10-15 minutes. It was just like unreal. Like, I think when I knew that I was taking the 5th PK, so I knew as it was going on, but I obviously didn't know that it was going to be in that situation, like I had to score or we lose.
That's right.
So when the couple of my teammates missed before me, and I knew, like, okay, it's I have to score this for us to keep going. Like, it was just like a whole bunch of nerves, but then this weird calm, like just forcing myself to be calm and forcing myself to try to I just kept repeating to myself, like, we're Olympic champions, and just trying to manifest it in my head and just trying to really come back to what we were talking about before, like just thinking about
focus.
keeps me grounded, just
Yes,
focus,
honey.
just discipline, just everything that happened to get me here, just
That's
not thinking about, that's a lot to think about in the moment, but just coming back to me and just realizing, like, at the end of the day, it's me and a soccer ball, a goalie, and a net. Like, it's what I'm used to. So yeah, walking up, I was nervous, took the PK. I was obviously so excited that I scored, but it's just so bittersweet in the moment because you want to celebrate, but you're also like, okay, we haven't won yet. So
yes,
we have to wait. And then when my teammate Julia, when she could made her PK, it was just like everything was let loose. All the emotions that we were bottling up for that whole time were just let loose, and we could, just celebrate, honestly.
wow. Because you killed me when I watched you, because I was looking at the TV, because the phone is only this small, right? It's only this small. And I see these little bodies running around. And you have this way of, when you finish do your kick, you always do this. You run like an airplane. Like, like, have you ever seen yourself do it though? Like, you just,
I don't know why I do that, honestly.
But I love it because you're taking off. It's like the boats used to do this. But you do this. And I love it. I love it. So were there tears, crying, like, because we couldn't see, like, I'm just kind of zooming in. Like,
I was in hysterics. Like, I just tears everywhere, like, just hyperventilating. Like, I just, in that moment, I can't even really remember like who I talked to, who I hugged, what was happening, because it was just so much emotion. Like, I just can't describe how crazy I felt that it was over.
Wow, hon. I remember watching, doing my research more on you, all right? Is that it was an interview that you did, and your parents were interviewed on TV, and your mom said this, is that, Mom, I'm gonna score a goal prior to the game.
Yeah.
That's what you said to your mom.
I did too.
And honest to God, hon, last night when I was putting all the notes together for the show, I cried, because that shows you how you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you just believe, hon. Yeah. So you knew you wanted to score that goal, not knowing that's the way it was going to be set up. Everybody would take that, whatever, chosen to do the kick.
I mean, that's true. That's really true. Yeah.
So did you envision it? Like, can you just share that with us? Like,
well, that's the thing. Like, I didn't know that that's the way that it was going to happen too. I mean, honestly, when I was telling my mom I'm going to score, it's just because I wanted an Olympic goal so bad. I just wanted that so much that I just believed that I could do it. And I think that's what it is. Like, when you want something so bad and you really believe in yourself, it just comes out without even thinking whether it's going to happen or not. You just believe it's going to happen. And that's what it was. I just said it to her. And I didn't even really remember until like after. I was like, yeah, wait, I said I was going to score to you. And we're talking about it. And it's like, it's crazy what happens when you subconsciously believe in yourself to like a deeper level. It's like you say things without even thinking about it because you just really believe it's going to happen.
Wow. And it did, hon. It did. Because when she said that and you did it, like, she even said, she was outside the house and she said before the game, she was going to score a goal. She was going to score a goal because she wanted an Olympic goal. And when you did it and you ran off, like, it's like, I'm like, oh my God. And there's a picture of you, it's a close-up shot that I got for the viewers of you holding the gold medal, like, in your face is behind it. Yeah. Like, when you look at those two pieces, and the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying now, a lot of youth struggle. They still struggle with that inner demon, I would say, that it's not going to happen for me. Yeah. But you holding now a bronze, my love, and you're holding a gold. Mm-hmm. Like, how does that feel like? Like, just, I know it sounds like repeat pizza, but it's very important.
I know. It's just crazy because it can really, like, I don't want to say it can happen to anyone, but like, when I see, like, say I could see the picture, like, you just think about like where I started and who I was when I didn't think this was going to happen. And it's just like a stepping stone at the bottom of the stairs. Like, I did not see myself with a bronze medal and gold medal. Like, I just didn't know what it meant for me, but just continuing to believe in yourself just as far as you can see takes you to places that you didn't know that you can go. So
you got to do some speaking, honey. You got to do it. No, when? Look, you're saying no, when? When? Oh my God. So pretty girl. You got a big game coming up.
Yeah.
A big game that your team, Reading, has worked hard for. Really hard. How has that been like mentally? How is that? How has that been?
Yeah, it's gonna be definitely a tough game just because Chelsea's number one right now. They just won the FA Cup this past weekend. So we know it's gonna be a tough game. We're just going out with the same expectations that we have of ourselves, just performing at our best and trying to get a result. So yeah, big game this weekend.
Okay, girl, you're awesome. You're a champion and you will continue to be a champion, honey. I love you to pieces, Deanne. I really, really do. You might hear a knock on that flat door and realize, look, it's outside. And all of a sudden it could be me because my goal is to come out really quick. I have to let you go, but really quick. What's next for you, honey? Really fast. What's next? What's your next?
Yeah, I think right now it's interesting because I feel like I haven't been at this place in my career in a while where it's just focusing on the little things. Usually it's like, okay, I'm focusing to get to a professional team, or I'm focusing to make the Olympic team. Like right now I've done a lot and I've achieved a lot, and it's just about improving myself. And I'm taking time, like I'm at a young age now, so I have to really figure out what it means to be a professional and just what it means to elevate my game to the next level. So yeah, just next level for everything, just being more professional, being better. That's what's next for me.
Love you, girl. I really, really do, from my heart. Give me the heart, sweetheart. Give me a heart. Kick butt and do your thing. Okay, honey?